If you're currently being called the villain in your life, this video is for you. When you've been living in a toxic situation, whether it's a marriage, a relationship, a friendship, a corporation, a job, whatever the case may be, whatever box you've been trying to fit in, and you become the villain, you're doing something right. There's a lot of toxic people and toxic systems going on, and to find yourself and your true power and your true purpose, and to actually find legitimate healing, there's going to come a time when you just have to burn it all down. You just have to step out and step up, and it's going to be scary. It is scary, but it is the most rewarding thing you can do for yourself and your family, and others around you. We live in a world where social media and Facebook and Instagram people paint a perfect picture of their lives, keeping up appearances, playing a role. And sometimes those roles are toxic, and they're damaging to ourselves, and the best thing you can do for yourself is to step out of those roles, step out of those boxes, break those chains, light the match and watch it burn. It doesn't work, obviously. I mean, if you're suffering and you're in pain and you're depressed, you're anxious, whatever the case may be, the best thing you can do is step out and walk away. One model that we can get stuck in is being a part of a script where there's a stable savior. They'll trigger you. They will do things, gaslight you, coercion, trigger you, and you're gonna freak out, you're gonna get upset, you're gonna lash out, and then they are gonna use that against you. They're gonna point at you and say, "Oh my God, look how unstable she is. She's crazy." Because the reality of it is, past volatile behavior that you've exhibited is reactive abuse. You react, and at the time you honestly probably don't know what's going on. You just think, maybe I am crazy, maybe I am emotionally unstable, maybe they're right. But that's not reality. They're painting a narrative that they want you to live in that does not benefit you, it benefits them. If you go through a spiritual awakening, or you have a realization that something is wrong in a relationship or a workplace or any situation, you'll realize that your foundation was built on sand, that the foundation you're standing on is extremely unstable. And how can you expect to be a stable, productive person when your foundation feels like it's a constant earthquake, and you're just getting tossed around, and it's just, how does anyone expect to be okay in that situation? Since my spiritual awakening 6 months ago, I have had this constant phrase in my head that it keeps popping up during certain situations. And the phrase is, the first will be last, and the last will be first. And I'm going to explain this. When you decide or choose or are forced, sometimes we're forced into it, to wake up and to face the reality of the situation or the relationship, and we choose to let the structure burn, and that could look like you lose your house, you lose your job, you lose your car, you lose relationships, you're painted as the bad guy, but you feel like they're winning. These people that maybe try to destroy you or manipulate you or put you down, paint you as the bad guy. They seem like they're coming in first, but that's not the case. And you feel like you're coming in last because you're losing everything. What is actually happening is you're being catapulted to the first, you're being catapulted to the front spiritually. You are literally reclaiming your life and your soul and your purpose. The reality is you become first to be set free. A toxic partner or system will use a compliance to avoid consequences. So maybe it would look like you blow up on them, you have a serious talk with them, you have a heart-to-heart with them, you tell them, hey, this isn't working, this isn't right, my needs aren't being met, you're not truly hearing me and taking into account what I'm going through. They will change, they will comply for, a period of time, let's say a week. Everything will change, everything will be good, everything's going smooth. And that's how they trap you back into their trap. Because after that time period, they go right back to doing everything that is making everything wrong in your life and triggering you and perhaps gaslighting you or forcing you or manipulating you, lying to you. What they're doing is resetting your tolerance level. And if you find yourself stuck in this type of situation or relationship, waiting for the right time to make a move is an illusion, or looking for the right time for closure or permission to change is an illusion. What you need to do when you find yourself in that situation is stay calm and take a calculated and logistical calculation of everything you have, what's in your personal control, your finances, your resources, whatever it may be, and then calmly make an immovable exit. And when you finally do make that exit, everything can fall away, things will be chaotic, but all you need to focus on, because when you first make this move and have this knowing and energy behind this decision, you have like this warrior fire going on, where you just burn down the lies and just things fall away. You have to transition into a peaceful sovereign. You have to, it would look like you're in a boat or on a throne in a boat and there's a storm going on around you. The waves are crashing, everything looks turbulent, but you remain calm and you create a strict emotional boundary where nothing can cross you and affect you. That storm that's going on, all the chaos that's going on, leaves you completely unaffected. You don't get dragged back into it. And what happens when you make this transition, yes, it can be rough and scary, but the end of it is just the beginning of a brand new life. When you change direction in your path in life, it may look like every door is shutting, everything's falling away. Perhaps things are being kept from you from a time and you feel like you have nothing. But after all that and you step into your new life, you are literally weaving your new destiny.